You're Sperp back with another video, and Black Summer is back for season 2. I'm actually surprised that this got a season 2, considering how season 1 went. Look, whenever I explain or tell somebody to go watch this series, I say, just turn your brain off and just enjoy the show for what it is. Even though in the back of your head, when you see certain things play out, you just know that this doesn't sit right with you. But obviously, this series isn't perfect, but I think it does a lot right, but it also does get things wrong, and I'm gonna get into all of that. So if you haven't seen season 2 yet, I don't even know why you are watching this video. You should go watch it right now. I will say, overall, after watching this, I think this is an improvement of the first season. This is definitely an improvement compared to the first season, I should say. Even though, right off the bat, what I don't like about this season is they don't address what happened at the end of last season. It becomes like this completely different story that's still connected to the first season. I think that's what's going to kind of hold the series back going forward and be a huge issue for some people. So we're back with our normal characters that we have followed up until this point. William's not there. He died in the first season. Lance was somewhere running away from a horde of zombies. Let me get into that real quick. They have the audacity to start this season off with Lance dying. And I was in disbelief. I was like, yo, that's crazy. But I understand, my anger aside of that, I understand it made sense for pretty much what they were going for as far as letting you know what the stakes are. Lance got caught lacking, bro. So I can't even be mad at that. It's one of those situations where it's killed or be killed. You really can't trust nobody in none of these types of situations. So Lance should have known better, but obviously he didn't. So that ended up ending his story. Man, that was just, I hate to see him go. And another character that actually I feel like he gave the best performance, hands down, and was a part of one of my favorite episodes, which was episode 5, was Spears, or Julian, or Julius. He's back into this whole thing. He pretty much gets kind of abandoned by Rose and company and stuff, and they kind of explain that. And I wish that episode 2 was the first episode that we've seen, because it kind of just jumps right into things. We're in a whole different location. We don't get no answers to what happened with the stadium. Why did they have to leave? It almost feels like this season was almost like a reboot in a way, but it's really confusing. But I do like that this season focuses more on the relationship between Rose and her daughter Anna, because that was the whole gist and the whole purpose for her character in the first season, is to find her daughter. And she really doubles down on that in this season by protecting her daughter at all costs. She doesn't even let anybody talk to her. And even her daughter is an interesting character, as we kind of see her flesh out more later on towards the second half of the series. There's other new characters that they kind of throw in here, but they're kind of just random side characters, and I don't know what they're going to do with the characters that are left. Sun is in this. She pretty much takes a complete back seat, which I don't like at all. She was literally kept captive throughout this whole entire season up until the last episode, which I really like what they did with her, and how she was finally able to find somebody just like her that could speak Korean and they finally add those little subtitles. So that was cool. Like I said, there's a lot of ups and downs to this series. Like the whole this whole thing with Ray, that's one of the new characters. They don't really explain exactly where he comes from or why he's doing the things that he's doing. All it is there's these different groups of people, like a militia group that's ran by Ray and company, and there's this other group of survivors that are kind of random. They're all kind of paying attention to this airplane that's making these drops, and they have all these supplies and stuff like that. There's rumors of a airstrip that, is able to, pick them up and take them to a completely different location, aka this is the new stadium. But I think at least with this plane and whatnot, that's going to lead into season 3 if that happens, and wherever Sun is at or where she's going is far, far away, and Rose and company have to kind of stay back. The action was top notch. I do really like how they portray these zombies, even though it's not consistent at all times, because you'll see people getting even bit by a zombie and they don't automatically turn. Other than that, they are still solid and very effective. I like the stakes that are put forth in front of different characters. It really makes it seem like anybody can really die. I think it's definitely possible for Rose to die soon. I think they're going to give Anna some more character development before they kind of make her the face of the show, because I definitely want to see that happen. I'm really surprised that Rose has survived as long as she has compared to other characters. Now, some may say that's plot armor. It is what it is. There's definitely some weird themes throughout this whole entire season that's like obvious. You definitely see a lot more female characters make it out of this alive, which is weird. Even though, like I said, in this show, bullets do not discriminate. People are getting dropped left and right. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. Pretty much anybody can pretty much die at any moment, which I like about this show. Just my issues is just not addressing things that happened in the past. Where are we location-wise? I heard mentions of Philly, so we're definitely on the East Coast or somewhere in the northern region. I don't know. Where's the end game to all this? Is it just going to be like, let me find a safe spot? Even though I think the lodge was the best option, and possibly they're going to go back to the lodge and stay there. Another thing that kind of bothered me is the whole inconsistency of this show taking place somewhere where it's snowing, and then when you see Spears, it's not snowing. It's very off and on. You definitely notice it. The title cards, my God, I feel like they doubled down in this season with the title cards. There's like 10 of them in each episode, almost, it feels like. And it really is kind of a distraction through the whole entire series when you're having these serious moments. Overall, I think the pacing of this season is much better than the first. The first one was just, let's just throw shit at the wall, see if it sticks. This had better pacing. The first 3 episodes were like 45 minutes. I think episode 7 was about 50-something minutes. It was like probably the longest one. But overall, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to a season 3. Let me know how you guys feel about this season overall. What's your pros and cons? Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace.